Michael Nagy here with Jiggy Jag TV and DiscoveringBands.com. And for everyone watching from shares video on my channel, and help support the awesome bands I feature. And today I'm here with Plastic Assault Network. How you doing today?
Awesome, mate.
Great
Good.
to have you.
Yeah.
And, you want to start off and tell us about this collaborative project?
Yeah, sure. Plastic Assault Network is basically a collaboration of all my, well, not all of them, but quite a few of my colleagues, friends from various bands from all over the U.S. and Germany, and a couple people from Austria as well. It started, I mean, I had this idea back a long time ago, wanting to do this collaborative project, you know, influenced by like bands like Pigface and other collaborative works like Mr. Bungle and stuff like that I've always thought were really cool and would be fun, but I was never ever able to put something like this together because everybody was too busy touring and writing their own albums and all of that. But COVID came along and, well, 90% of us weren't able to do anything. So I was like, well, I got a bunch of songs in my backlog or in my data, and I thought now was the time. You know, 2020 was the time to do it. So I just, yeah, that's basically how it all started. I just sent out, you know, emails to my various colleagues and friends and said, hey, you guys want to have some fun, you know, and create this crazy project. And yeah, and so here it is.
So how many people are currently part of the project?
Musician-wise, there are, including myself, there's 15, I believe. Yeah, 15 people.
So, and then are you going to add some people and just different people come and go, or?
Well, the project's already, this particular full album is already pretty much done. So I won't be adding anybody, I don't think, at this point. I mean, my personal bandmates from my band Randolph Skrin, Heidi or Adelheid Winkler, she joined last second. That was kind of the latest one that just kind of popped up, but you know, just to throw some backing vocals on some tracks and to do a little cool cameo appearance in one of the songs that are up and coming. But for the most part, they're all done. You know, I'm just releasing them single by single because I wanted to kind of do two things by doing that. One aspect of releasing it single by single is so I can feature the artists that were involved in that particular song, because there's different artists for each song. And I also wanted to do the single thing because it's a new project. Nobody's heard of us or heard of it. So I wanted to kind of give it some length of time to kind of get into the market and let people know that it is in existence. At the same time I say that, though, the market is so upside down that I don't really expect too much from it. I hope, you know, it would be nice to get, you know, feedback and have people like dig it and, you know, all of that. But really, right now, me personally, I don't know where the industry is going. So it's kind of a wash right now.
Well, but I like your latest single, "The Fallen."
Oh, well, thank you. Thanks so much. Yeah, actually, Heidi is in that for backing. She does backing vocals in that. Yeah.
Yeah, tell us a little more about that track.
About the Fallen?
Yeah.
Well, that features basically what I'd say the core members of Plastic Assault Network, which is Per Anders Kurenbach, who is my co-producer out of Bochum, Germany, and I don't know if you know who he is, but he is responsible for doing the production and work with Nine Circles. He used to do keys with Shock Therapy back in the day. And he has his own, involved in a studio in Germany too. So he does a lot of studio work. So he's basically my right hand man in this. Him and I are like co-producers of it. And then I have my drummer, Jorn Schwarzberger from Hamburg, Germany. Professional drummer. He's a studio musician. He plays for my band Randolph Skrin when we were touring. I wrote the initial songs and I do the vocals. Heidi is kind of the special guest on The Fallen because she's doing some backing vocals. I don't know. What else would you like to know about that song?
Well, I like the vibe and stuff, the cyberpunk industrial, how it kicks in, and I was wondering, like, how did you get into that whole style of music too?
Well, I mean, it started a long, long time ago when I was a young lad, back in like the 1989, 1990. I was in my very first band, which was a gothic rock band called Black Ocean Drowning. And I mean, that's really what kicked it off. I mean, being involved in that scene, I always kind of tended towards the electronic style stuff. I did like, I always liked the, goth rock stuff too, but with this particular project, I wanted to kind of capture, I knew that I was going to be limited to do full-on productions and things like that, so I kind of went after it in a punk kind of way. So the cyber aspect, of course, is that all the songs are electronic songs. There's some guitar and live drums in it, but I wanted to, keep it in a, somewhat of a punk feel, and yeah, I mean, how did I get into it? I mean, I don't know. I like that kind of music, that's my influencers, people like Nine Inch Nails, Prodigy, I don't know, Chemical Brothers, I mean, shoot, David Bowie. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, I mean, I could just keep going. I mean, The Cure even, but, I mean, for this project, I would say the influencers are what I would, I don't know, like Pigface and Prodigy, things like that were kind of in my mind, I guess, a little bit, like as far as like stylization, Of course, I'm not trying to be them. I love them. And they're amazing at what they do. But that's kind of the genre, I guess I wanted to kind of fit in there somewhere. Yeah, with this particular project.
Awesome. Now, do you have some artists in mind maybe you'd like to work with in the future for collaborations?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's quite a few artists that were too busy this time around. To be honest with you, I don't know if Plastic Assault Network will do a second album. You know, we'll see what happens. I mean, the whole plan is to release. I have 11 tracks, so by the time the 11th song is put out, then my hope is that we'll have generated enough fan base at that point to actually make it worth to cut a vinyl or a full album, to put all 11 songs together on an album and release it on a hard copy. I mean, that would be my ultimate like goal. Would be awesome if that actually occurred, but it really just depends on what happens, you know, after that. I don't, you know, I have a lot of other things that I do, you know, as well. I have, you know, Randolph's Grin with Adelheid Winkler. I have my own solo project that I will be launching this year sometime, which is more of a instrumental electronic EBM, EDM type of thing. Yeah, so it just depends, you know. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I do have people that I invited to come on board for this one, and they were too busy or they had other things going on. So to answer to a roundabout way of answering your question, yes, of course. There's all kinds of, you know, I mean, the sky's the limit, you know. I mean, there's a whole bunch of musicians that would be really great to work with, of course, you know. Sure.
And then how do you plan to release the singles? How often? And are you going to do videos? Or?
So, yeah, our basic plan of attack, I guess you could say, is I release every single on the full moon of each month. That's what I've been doing, and I've so far been able to manage that. And it's been quite insane to do it, to try and promote and everything else that I have to try and do to make that possible. As far as videos go, I started out with the insane ambition to try and also have a video for each single that was released every month, and that was, you know, I don't know what I was thinking. That was just crazy because, I mean, I also make videos too. I've been a video producer, so I have the capability, but I also know that it takes so much time. Even if you're slapping shit together, it takes so much time to put together a video. You know, like with Wallbreaker, the song Wallbreaker that is our last video that we had put out. That one was, I had wanted to like release that in November, but it was the first couple versions that I did, I hated. So I had to like go back to the drawing board and try and rework it, and yeah. So yeah. I mean, like right now for the Fallen, I don't have any video planned. I have the single before the Fallen, the third single release, which is called Soul Seeker, featuring Gabe Wilkinson out of Iowa. He has a band called Microwave. I am currently working with him on some video ideas. So he's there in Iowa with his video crew, I guess, and you know, I'm kind of sent them a rough video script, and yeah, we're working that out. So, and then the next song that will be released is called Stone Skin, and that features a guy named Chris Stoper out of Austria, and he's involved in a TV production facility himself. So I'm currently kind of prefacing that video with him. I'm trying to kind of get him to do it. really, if it's all based on me having to do it all, then it's going to take some time. I mean, I'd love to have a video for every single song, but we'll see.
Yeah. You also want it presentable, done right. You know, you want something that,
something that is at least passable. I mean, believe me, the things I want, there's no way I'm going to be able to get. I don't have a $1 million budget. I don't have a budget at all, to be honest.
Well, a good video can make a big difference, actually. You know.
Yes, indeed. I mean, I agree. Indeed, I mean, it's important to, you know, at least capture the idea and have it be interesting to watch. You know, I don't want to make anything that's just
Makes sense.
Put something out there that wouldn't make sense to me. And this, you know, the other part of this, the biggest part that I want to say about Plastic Assault Network, which I told every single artist that I invited to come part of this, is basically I was asking them this one statement, which is, you want to come out and play, you know, like kids again. The whole idea behind this project was, let's not get carried away with the industry and like trying to break it in, or, you know. So no pressure. I didn't want any pressure, because we already have enough pressures in our lives. You know, this is completely I wanted it to be an art project and to like go after it and see what happens. And this is what's happening with it. So it is what it is. And yeah, I'm not gonna, yeah.
So, okay. So now if people want to look you up online, on social media, get your music, how do they do that?
Well, there's a couple different ways. One of the best ways is probably through my website, which is magestudio.net. All my things that I do are on there. But I mean, they can literally type Plastic Assault Network in Google and it should come up with some stuff, you know. I mean, we're on Spotify, we're on YouTube, and, you know, all the channels. Although I must say, I'm kind of like, I almost didn't want to do the whole like digital distribution through Spotify and Amazon and iTunes and all that crap, because I'm a little bit unhappy with those entities, because they treat artists like shit. You know, I mean, you have all these people out there that are streaming, you know, this music, and they don't even know what they're listening to. They just like it. So the artist doesn't even get noticed. And you have to be so huge in order to see any kind of money, you know, from those things. With that being said, though, like I said, Plastic Assault Network wasn't something I created to make money. It wasn't something I created for that purpose. It was something I created because we were all stuck at home. So might as well like use our talents for something, and put it out there and see just to see what would happen. But with that being said, yeah, I'm not really crazy about, you know, the direction the music industry has gone. In some ways, it's the same thing, only different. So, I mean, you know, back in the day, it was, you know, the big music labels, you know, and they owned everything and they got all the money, and the artists still didn't, you know. It was only the big names, and that's still the case. But the good part about our modern technology and the internet is like what we're doing right now. You know, it's anybody's game, and I like that aspect of it. That's kind of the punk rock aspect of it that I really like, because yeah, I mean, you can be somebody just in your own little room doing your thing, and you can actually have a go at it, you know, where that would have never been possible back in the early 90s or late 80s. You know, you have to have, you know, some kind of representation to even get heard, and then, you know, try to get on a label and all of that. But it's caused, I feel like it's caused fans to not be fans anymore, the Spotify and stuff like that. Because I mean, if you think about it, you know, when people are listening to Spotify, you know, and streaming platforms like that, they're driving in their car, or they're whatever, doing their cleaning in their house, or whatever the hell they're doing, you know, chillaxing in their house listening to music, right? And the algorithms will, you know, say, hey, you should check out this channel, or you should check out that channel. And so they do, but they're just listening, and they don't even know, you know, they'll go, oh, this is a cool song. Maybe, just maybe they'll look at who the artist is that created it, but 9 times out of 10, they just heard a song and they didn't even know who it is. They don't have the desire to follow. They don't have to go out there and invest. You know, like it used to be that, you know, if you found a song that you liked, you had to go to the record store and find out who it was, or talk to the DJ that was playing it at the club or whatever, to find out who that band is, so that you can go get it. And then you'd go get it, and you were proud that you were the first person to hear this song or whatever. You know, that's just not the case anymore. They like one song of this artist, one song of that artist. There's no real fellowship. You know what I mean? There's no real like loyalty to a project anymore. That's what I've seen anyways. And I hate that. I hate that part of it.
Yeah, it's a shame, because like Spotify and stuff, they make so much money, they could afford to pay the artists more.
Oh, well, they pay the big dogs, because the big dogs will sue their ass. You know. But even some of the guys that I know that are quite big, as far as like fame goes, they can't make any money either right now. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, you know. It's absolutely crazy. Yeah, well, at least Bandcamp is very helpful for the underground artists and stuff. Yeah, I mean, Plastic Assault Network is, there you go, is on. I do have a Bandcamp for Plastic Assault Network, but again, because we are so new, for example, nobody knows who we are. Nobody goes to Bandcamp. The part that I find Bandcamp is hard for is that you have to be a member of Bandcamp in order to follow somebody.
No, hopefully this interview will get people now clicking and going to your Bandcamp. So if people are watching right now, go to the Bandcamp and support.
Yeah. Cheers. Cheers to that.
Yeah, well, it was great having you and talking with you, and everybody look him up.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Definitely, and I've linked your music in the video description, so everybody make sure to check that out.